All systems are go, and we are ready to depart Whitefish Point Harbor. We spent an absolute great 2 days here. We are heading back to Kemp Marina in the Soo, and I would highly recommend this if you're on the loop. I mean, take 4 or 5 days out of your schedule. It's 80 miles up, 80 miles back, and you get to see the Soo and the Soo Locks. It is just wonderful. No problems getting in here, and we are ready to go. It's a distance of about 40 miles back, and the lake is flat, so I'm ready to go.
Great, Sam. Straight back. Really nice. Beautiful sunrise we watched earlier. Lake Superior. As Sam mentioned, it's flat. I mean, flat. Lake Superior. So, it's a good day to get out there. Okay, Sam's going to spin around to the left here. You have enough depth. What is it? 13 feet right over here. Looking good in the back. Okay. Wow, it's just so beautiful. You know, the waves get crazy when they design such a maze to get in and out here.
Sector first ship to channel 2.5 over.
Except for that, pretty quiet out here on Lake Superior. See a fisherman over there. Look at that sunrise. And the best thing of all, flat water.
It is beautiful out here. Hard to imagine that Lake Superior would get so crazy. Now this bay is protected, and that is why there are so many shipwrecks along that Shipwreck Coast on the northwest side of Whitefish Point. Is ships were aiming for this bay and missed it by a bunch. Back in the day when there wasn't a lot of navigational aids and a lot of room for error. Also, one of the things I learned in the Shipwreck Museum was, of course, the boats were made of wood. And they were carrying just as much as they could. In a lot of cases, iron ore. And, of course, carrying iron in a wooden boat, well, doesn't hold together too well. And so, but they are out there, and the research vessel David Boyd was talking to one of the crew, and they spotted 2 more wrecks the other day.
Well, Lake Superior is so flat that I decided to come down here and make Sam a couple over easy eggs. And he has some leftover potatoes. So I'm gonna serve these on top of that. Potatoes already cooked. Flipping the eggs takes a lot of power to cook. So I turned on the generator over here. Breakfast is done.
An update here from the bridge that adheres to us. We are about 27 miles away and have just been enjoying a nice cruise here at about 10 miles an hour. Low-speed cruise, so to speak. The engine's kind of like that. We're not pushing a lot of water at that point. About 1250 RPM on these engines. Canada is out there on the port side.
We stayed at Whitefish Point Harbor, a state park, for free. Cool. No power though. And our trip today is just returning back to Sault Ste. Marie, which means we have a lock coming up. So that's pretty exciting part of the day.
Yeah, we're about an hour and a half from the lock.
Give me a shout when you just get her outside my approaches, sir.
Will come. I'll call you back then. Thank you. Well, we just called the lock and told them where we were. And, you know, trying to use terminology that they're familiar with. And this is called the Round Island Traffic Buoy. So let them know we were here and that we were estimating for a downbound passage 1 hour from now. And called back. And he said, shouldn't be a problem. Just give me a call as you hit his approach lane. So we will do that probably about 10-15 minutes out. We'll be in that particular area. Should have a downbound passage, and with the locks here, similar to when we went up, they're going to hand us some lines, and we're going to go down about 20 feet, and should be pretty easy.
We are approaching the Soo Locks. I'm out here. I have put all the fenders that we own over here on this side, on the port side at varying heights. Some right under the rub rail, some real low there. And I like to keep those two together in a line. You notice I have my lines ready to go on the starboard side because when we get to Camp Marina, we'll be tying up on the starboard side. So I'll do a quick change with some of the fenders and move those over before we get docked. But we're approaching the locks now. That's the international bridge that you see going from the United States over to Canada. So we're just minding our own business here, and this guy, what's his name, Sam? The Great Republic, love the name. So he was coming out of the MacArthur lock, and that's exactly what we did last time we came over here from that MacArthur lock. And, you know, just looking at it, looked like that was all part of the lock, and it wasn't until we got closer that we noticed that no, that is actually a freighter coming out of the lock. We are going to take the Poe Lock this time to go down. So we'll wait till he moves out of the way, and then we'll go not to the MacArthur lock, but over to the Poe Lock, which is right next to it. Ugh, it looks so huge, and we're so close. I like a lot of room. I like a lot of space between us and that freighter. Sam asked him already which side he wants us to pass, and he did say port to port. So just like a highway, we're hanging out over here on this side. Now, pleasure boats do not tie up. Like if we had to wait for the lock, we don't tie up. It's just those big freighters, they tie up to wait, but pleasure boats just hang out over here. So if you happen to be in this situation, you'll know. Great Republic. Wow. And Sam, it looks like there's something else coming out of the Poe Lock. Okay, so that boat that's coming out of the Poe Lock's coming out, then we're gonna go in on that side. So Sam's talking to the lockmaster, and he said as soon as this tow and barge clear out, then we're going to go right into the Poe Lock with a port side tie. I have the fenders in position. They're going to be giving us their lines, and so I don't have to have a lock line on this particular lock. Hey, there's one in the back. There's one pushing and one pulling. Boy, it must be really heavy. All right, we got a green light over there. That horn scared me. It was pretty loud. I was sitting on the front of the boat, right next to the breast cleat right there, and I'm going to use that one. Sam's gonna shut off the engines and take their line in the stern so we can be secure as we go down. How you doing?
Good, you?
Really good, thank you. Sam's gonna take the stern.
Yep.
I'm gonna go to the cockpit and secure that line. All right. Okay, yeah, I got you. Sure. Yeah, the gate in the back is closed. Yeah, it's really knotted up. Like, you know, a necklace in a jewelry box.
I'll untangle the rest of the knot later.
Okay.
Where are you headed? Or
Right to the Kemp Marina,
okay.
right there.
11:21 on the go.
where'd you come from?
We're on the loop.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, I've got the line. You can turn it off or whatever you're gonna do.
Oh, it turned out to be a gorgeous day.
It's beautiful.
Holy wow. From about now.
We'll be getting one rolling pontoon boat up.
One only pontoon.
Did he call us a pontoon?
No,
Oh.
there's one that.
Another coming this way? Oh, current's pushing us toward the wall. So I'm gonna give us a shove back a little bit. Sam's got the back there, chatting it up with the lockmaster.
Now, once that boom goes all the way up, I'll start with your bow line, and I'll just pull that up, and then I'll come back and take it through.
Yep, came out of the Poe Lock over there. This should look familiar from the last time we were here. We passed this Coast Guard station. So we're gonna go in that first slip on the other side of the fuel dock.
We are all tied down here at George Kemp Marina, and what a great day on Whitefish Bay coming into here. Got to see the locks. The distance about 40 miles, and well, this will be the last time you'll see my mug on this trip. See you next time.